Everyone, what's up? In this video I'll be going through the use case of a new keyword. uh, we use new keyword, as you all know. When you use this new keyword to create an object from your constructor function, or a class key, or from a class, as if you're following a ES2015 syntax. So I've just noted down 2 points which I'll be covering in this video. The first one is what steps compiler perform when it encounters a new keyword, and the second one is how does the new keyword helps in maintaining a prototype chain. So I'll explain both these points by some examples, and hopefully it will make it will make the concepts clearer for you. What does the compiler do behind the scenes? So without much delay, let's start with code. And I'll create a simple constructor function first of all, or let's give it a name as user. And this function will not do something great, but it will just serve the purpose of explaining what I'm trying to show here. And let's pass name and age and as argument here. Great. And let's create an object out of this using the new keyword. User, and as it accepts 2 arguments, let me pass in name as in John, and the age, let's say, of John is 20 years. And let me print this object just to show. Great. So as you can see, we have an object printed here. The new object is the new object has an attribute name and age, and by default it has a proto attribute, but this proto attribute right now only points to the prototype of user. Okay, I'll explain the prototype chain first of all. I'll try to explain what all is happening when the compiler says a new keyword. So during the execution, it creates an new object, and it always executes a constructor function when we use a new keyword. Okay, and as you can see, this keyword, I hope you are you know what the concept behind the this keyword in JavaScript. So right now obj is invoking this function, so this will refer to the obj, and the attribute name and age, it will add into the object which this is referencing to. So that's why you can see age and name to the as an attribute inside the user object. So one thing more I want to just show you. If I do console.log obj instance of user, it should give me true because it is the instance of user. Correct. Okay. The another thing, so basically for the first point, what compiler does is it executes your constructor function, creates a new object, and um, assigns the attribute inside the constructor function to your object. Okay, so what happens now if we have let's say we have another function inside the user prototype. Let's say first name, and a good old school syntax for creating a function. Let's say first name will pass in, and we don't need this here. We'll pass in the argument. Fine, it's great. Okay, so we just created a first name function which is defined in the prototype object of the user. Right now obj object does not have any if you see the own properties of object, it does not have any first name. Right now, how do we how do the prototype chain is maintained if we use the new keyword. Okay, so what this new keyword does is it assigns the prototype of an user or the prototype of a constructor function to the prototype of an object. Okay, so let's say I'll print one, let uh, I'll just log in one more sentence. It's like, let's say user dot prototype is, I think it is prototype of obj, and I think it is a function, not an attribute otherwise. Okay, let's see. Great, so it gives us true. This says that user dot prototype is prototype of an object. Okay, if I expand and if I expand an object, and if I explain and expand and proto attribute of this user object, you will find that first name is inside this. Okay, and now if I let's say I call an obj dot first name, and let's say the first name is, or it's the last name, but anyways, Sina John will do our purpose, will serve our purpose. And now I'll just save it. And now you can see that the first name is also added as an attribute to this, because in this function this dot first name is being used, and this refers to an object, the newly created object, and like object dot first name is equals to first name. That's why the first name is added as an attribute to this object. Okay, what else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it, because the prototype chain, I showed like how the prototype chain is maintained and what happens when when an object is created. Okay, thanks all, thanks for watching, bye.